Aloha everyone, I'm Taija from Sephora 99th at Columbus, and I'm here to teach you how to get this super groovy smoky purple eye. Keep watching. Starting off with Fresh Sugar Lip Caramel Hydrating Balm. I love this stuff because it just gives just a little bit of a tint. So the next product we're using is Lancome Bifacial Face Bi-Phased Miracle Water Face Makeup Remover and Cleanser. Whew, that's a mouthful. But I'm going to go in with 2 cotton rounds. I'm going to apply it and kind of shake it up a little bit. And this is just going to help to clean off any excess makeup that I may have kept on from last night. So the next product is Clinique's Pep Start Hydro Rush Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 20. And before you put makeup on, you want to make sure that you have some sort of SPF. So I love this product because it has an additional splash of hyaluronic acid, which draws moisture from the air into your skin, so you're getting that hydration all day long. This eye cream is so cool. It is the Clinique Pep Start Eye Cream, and I love it because it has this little ball on the top, and it's like a little massage in the morning. It helps with depuffing and waking up the under eyes and smile lines before you even put makeup, and it also works as a primer for your concealer. And I'm just using my fingers to make sure that it's patted and dry. And this is my ride or die. This is the Boscia Perfecting White Charcoal Mattifying Treatment Primer. I'm a little bit oily and I'm a little bit dry. So the areas that I get a little more oily during the day, I make sure to just press it into the skin. And the reason I love this is because it keeps me matte all day long on top of being a treatment under my makeup. And who doesn't want that? The Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Anti-Aging has been in my routine for years. It is the only eyeshadow primer that stays on for 24 hours with my oily lids. And I just love it because it becomes just a great base for any eyeshadow that I put on before. This I'm so excited about. This is a Sephora Collection Sephora Pro Editorial Palette. So into the color Praline. I absolutely love this palette because it is pure pigment. So this white is going to show up on my skin tone. Thank you so much, Sephora, for this. So I'm just applying this all over the lid. I'm using the Sephora Collection number 19 brush. The next shade is Electric Violet, and I chose this tone because it is the complementary color to my skin tone. I have a lot of yellow warm tones, and the purple is going to absolutely be the prettiest color on me because it's on the opposite side of the color wheel. And I'm still using the same brush, number 19. And I'm doing a little bit of like swivel motions. Because it is pure pigment, it can be sometimes hard to blend them out. But the more you work at it, the more it'll blend out perfectly and seamlessly. I'm using the same brush and I'm applying it also to the lid. So I'm just making sure to brush off any excess product from the brush so that I can go into another color. So going into the color Idol, I'm going to use the Sephora number 11 smudge brush to just kind of tightly smudge out a black line. This is how you get away with going smoky without having black all over your eye. Now this black is so pigmented, a little goes a very long way. I'm using the Sephora Collection number 18 and just making sure that I'm blending everything side by side and not up and down so the shadow stays in a complete line. And into the color Tangerine. This one is my favorite color. I feel like it looks like my skin tone, so I'm just going to put it right below my brow bone. And this is just going to add a little pizzazz to my look. And I'm just using the number 19 brush again, swiping a little bit over my crease and a little bit more towards my brow. And I'm going to use the same brush, so I am wiping it off with a tissue, and using the brush closer to the bottom is going to allow me to buff and blend everything out a lot more seamlessly. The closer you are to the bristles, the harder it is to blend. And back into Electric Violet, taking the number 11 brush, and I am applying this to my lower lash line. and allowing my brow to be a guide to create a little bit of a wing liner at the end. And into Tangerine to add a little bit extra, because I'm a little bit extra. And I'm just going to put that in the inner corner of only the lower lash line. And into Idol again with the same brush, just a dab of it. I'm applying this only at the end of my lower lash line and connecting it to my top liner. And now you can see the wing liner coming together. And onto foundation. This is NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in color Cadiz. I've never been able to find a foundation color that matches my skin perfectly, that's not super full coverage. I'm not crazy about foundation, so I just like to kind of just apply these to the areas that I need a little more coverage instead of applying it everywhere. So I'm using Sephora Collection brush number 95, and I'm just tapping out all of the product and just blending and making sure everything looks seamless and flawless. And I really love this foundation because not only is it covering on the outside, it's actually fixing on the inside. It has a little bit of vitamin C in it to help with the brightening, tightening, and lightening of my skin. And this is my favorite concealer, the Sephora Collection Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. The shade I'm using is Eclair. And I love this concealer because it looks like a lot of coverage, but it's actually quite thin, so it's not pulling down on my under eye. I'm applying it on my forehead and down the bridge of my nose, and I'm just giving it just a second to dry. I like to give my concealer a little more time to dry. I feel like it builds more coverage in that area and allows it to marinate. And I blend it out with my beauty blender. I also like to apply the Access product on just the sides of my cheekbones. I feel like it gives me a little contour before even applying contour. And with my ring finger, I do the bridge of my nose because my nose is tiny and I don't need the area space of the beauty blender. And for my bronzing, I'm using Sephora Collection MICROSMOOTH Baked Foundation Face Powder in Dark Ebony. Using brush 79, it's small so I can get into small little areas and get more detailed, but it's also very fluffy so it's going to diffuse and press the product around a lot easier. And I love this because it gives me the most natural bronze ever. And I'm pinching the brush to go down the sides of my nose and then using the beauty blender to diffuse. I love to use a powder foundation for bronzer instead of other bronzers because I feel like it actually looks like the bronze is from within. So I'm going into the Sephora Pro palette again, and because this is a pure pigment palette, I can use it anywhere on the face. So I am going to use the colors Tangerine and Amy, and I'm going to apply it with brush 55, squeezing the bristles a little bit and dust off a lot of the product because I don't want to look crazy. Look how beautiful that pigment is. Fine. I like to use these pigments as a blush and apply them back and forward to disperse the product evenly. Now I'm using a tapping motion to blend everything out. And I know everyone's super excited about the Fenty Beauty everything. I'm using the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Kilowatts Freestyle Highlighter Mean Money in Hustler Baby. And this side is Hustler Baby, and into brush number 79. And I'm just applying it right onto my cheekbones and right onto my temples. And this is just going to give me a very strong glow to my face. I like to add a little bit more highlight than usual because I'm using the mattifying primer in the center of my face. If I use a highlight on the outsides, it'll give me an illusion of a glow. And also with my fingers, I like to apply the highlight to the center of my nose to bring a little more attention there as well. And this is my new must-have, Hourglass Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in the color Dark Brunette. I like to use a spoolie on the end to brush up my brow hairs. And the best thing about this pencil is it's a wide pencil. And because I already have a very full brow, I don't need much, so I just apply it to the bottom of my brow to just kind of sculpt my brow out, give it some shape, and then also on the arch to fill it in a little bit. And then I use my spoolie to make sure that everything is well blended out on the brows and shaped correctly. And once again, I'm going into Tangerine and Electric Violet to intensify the colors on the lash line. And to add more oomph to this oomphy look, going into the Sephora Collection Lush False Lash in Amore, and using the Sephora Collection House of Lashes Lash Adhesive. You want to make sure you apply an even layer to the lash band. And because I have no patience in the world, I like to fan my lashes, but you should make sure that the lash adhesive stays on the band for at least 30 seconds before you apply, just so that the lash glue can get tacky. And I'm making sure to look down into my mirror so that my eyelid is completely straight before I apply the lash so I can see. And directly into the center, onto the end, and then apply the inner corner. And that's it. Once they're on, I like to press them together to make sure they're secure. And the best mascara in the world, Marc Jacobs Beauty Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. I'm just applying a little bit to my lashes, very little, and pressing them together to make sure that they stay on all day long and look like my natural lashes. And then just pressing the lash up so that they get out of my eye so that you can see my eye a little more and my eye appears a lot bigger. And I do my lower lashes to finish off the eye story. So to make my lips appear a little bit bigger, I'm going to go into the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Conspiracy. I love this color because it kind of mimics the color of my lips already. And I just apply it onto the outer corners of my lips. Make sure everything is well blended out. And I smudge my lips together a little bit so that it applies to the top. And now I'm just shaping out my top lip because I feel like it can be a little hidden and I want it to appear a little bit bigger. And the gloss that has saved us all. This is Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer. And this lip gloss is everyone's everything. We all love it. It's for all shapes and sizes. Lip shapes and sizes, that is. And colors. And it just adds the little oomph to the look. And to seal the deal, I'm going in with Kat Von D Lock It Makeup Setting Mist. And I love this stuff because it's just like a light breeze on the face. Before you start your day, just calm you down, give you back your zen, but also will keep your makeup on for 24 hours. And yes, this hairstyle is really cute, but I think I'm gonna zhuzh it up a little bit. I already have a lot of volume, but to give my hair a little more oomph, I'm going into the Way Texturizing Hairspray. Flip my hair over, boom. And into the roots. And then I'm going to use my fingers to add just a little more friction to my scalp, and this helps with just giving that effortless volume. And because I'm super extra, I'm going to use my pick to make sure that everything is fluffed out the way that I want it and do a little bit more shaping to my hair. Yes, queen. And because I like to sparkle in the dark, I'm going in with Vernon Francois' Dazzling Spritz Shine Spray. The Dazzling Spray, it just gives a little bit of a shimmer to my hair. And I also take Yves Saint Laurent Mon Petit Eau de Parfum. And I like to spritz both of them onto my hands and apply them onto just the tips of my hair. That way, if someone comes around my hair, they can smell my fragrance. And that's it. I hope you like this look. Subscribe to the channel. And if you want to kick it with me, find me on any of your social medias at TAIJAAX3. And peace out.